Hello there, welcome to another episode of Diablopins. So in this film, I'm going to show more of my Chernabog collection, another 90 pins, so a whole binder, 10 pages, each page holds 9 pins, so 90 total. So this will be a video in a series in which I show all my collection, and today we'll be focusing on Chernabog. So go ahead and enjoy. I will make commentary on many of the pins, little factoids, and please leave a like and comment, and please subscribe so you can see more of my collection and more of the content in the future, both pins and artwork and everything Disney villain. All right, let's get started with the Chernabog collection part 2. So the first pin here is the What's My Name pin, shaped after the cast member's badge, and in this case it's themed after Chernabog here. It's a cast exclusive pin. This one, as everyone well knows, the profile series. This one features Chernabog. The villains were the first profiles to be released out of all of them. So the villains, the heroes, the princesses or heroines, and Chernabog was in the first group. Beautiful, beautiful pin. This pin is a hinge pin, so here it is closed and here it is open. So as mentioned in previous videos, for hinge pins, I like to show them both closed and open. So there you go. Now we have a Halloween pin, and I really like this time of year, not only because it's Halloween and it's the best holiday, but all the villains come out and many villain pins are made. This is from 2016. And this one is very cool. This was signed by the artist, and these, I believe these features, yeah, it spins like that. See, there you go. It spins there. It's a very cool pin. And this is an older pin, Evil, a cutie, chibi, small Chernabog pin. And this was made to be put in a bolo that can accommodate different characters. So you put this within the bolo that has a magnet on it, and it's able to, you can switch them in and out, and there's a whole series made, and Chernabog is one of them. So not only do I collect pins solely of Chernabog, but I also collect pins with him included. So for example, this villain's Bad Boys pin, you see Chernabog in the background, and you see a lot of the male villains there. Very cool there. And same thing with this one. So this one features Sorcerer Mickey Fantasia, but Chernabog, there he is. So, it keeps me in the game, and if I don't see anything I really need for Chernabog, I'll expand into other pins that may feature him too. You got this Jewel Chernabog pin, an empty space for a new pin. This, I think, is a pretty cool pin. It's something called Build a Pin, where you get the background which features that green flame, and you're able to build it yourself, and you can choose different characters. And in this case, Chernabog and Maleficent are featured, and they're of course two of the villains that I collect, but there's other characters that you can put in this and to build your own pin. And this was an old open edition pin. Here was part of the Happy Villains Day time pin, Valentine's Day, 2004, an old open edition pin. And this one may look like the one I just showed, but it is actually a lapel pin. So you see that, as opposed to something like this. So this you can, a traditional clasp style pin. Certain pins were made like that. Got this cool sculpted Reflections of Evil Chernabog pin. I believe this was a limited edition of 250. Yes. All right, and this next pin, I really cherish it. It's probably one of my most highly collectible pins in my collection. The reason being is that when World of Color in 2010, they had a pin release that featured many of the characters in the World of Color show, and it came as a set. And I believe Chernabog was a completer pin because you could buy the pins originally, but you can only get Chernabog as a completer for the set. However, when the pins were actually produced and released, the Chernabog pin was not included in anything. It was not even in the like the box set as a completer. And there was actually a frame too of the pins, and the only time you saw him was in that frame, and that frame pre-production prototype. So I only know of, I think, 2 versions of this pin, and this one is labeled AP on the back here, and I believe the only other one in existence is the pre-production. There is no production pin, so I think there's only like 2 pins of this release, and I just absolutely love it. And this is Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, Villain's Vault. So here is Bald Mountain, and here it is open. Let's see if I can turn it. There's that dang, there we go. You can see Chernabog there. And in the middle, we have our Dark Tales series, which supplements the Beloved Tales series. A pin-on-pin from Disney Studios Store Hollywood. Beautiful. Wing Wonder from Mickey Circus. We have a puzzle piece of Chernabog. And, of course, this Chernabog pin was part of a frame set that included pins that were sold individually, but, again, Chernabog was only available as part of a frame set of 300. So 300 frames were released, but there were, I believe, thousands edition of the other characters. So it's very interesting. I think Chernabog tends to be a completer pin for various sets, mostly because he's just so rare. He's a character that isn't really produced very often, and when he is produced, they tend to make him highly sought after, which I absolutely love. I just think it lends to the collectability of it. Okay, here we have a recent open edition pin of Chernabog. This and this pin are, I believe, from a frame set, but they are the ghouls or the spirits that Chernabog summons on Bald Mountain. So those 2 there. This is a great one. I really like the Disneyland Paris pins. This one of Chernabog, of course. And I like how, well, you can't really see it here, but behind the pin itself, it lists the actual number of pin. So most pins just say limited edition 400, but this one would say, for example, limited edition 46 of 400. A cool box lunch collection pin. This is from the very popular Windows of Evil series. So this is a beautiful pin of Chernabog, of course. And here, this was part of a box set that was featuring Fantasia pins. And I collected it, you know, because Chernabog is in it, obviously, even though it has many of the other characters from Fantasia, not just as Chernabog himself. This is another cool Chernabog pin right there, Night on Bald Mountain. And as you can see, the backer card, the mountain kind of flows into the pin itself. So if I adjust the pin, it'll kind of match the background art of the backer card, which I think is pretty cool. And this is just, you know, from the previous pin, to build a pin, this is just a little Chernabog piece that you could choose to build with. Now here, even though he's not Chernabog, he's another awesome underrated villain, the Horned King from the movie The Black Cauldron. So this is a side collection. Any pin of Horned King that I see, I will probably collect. I wouldn't consider him, you know, one of the main collections because, well, maybe he is, because I do collect a lot of Horned King pins, but it's, you know, when I first started, he wasn't forefront in my mind in terms of collecting. But as time went on, I just thought he was such a cool character, very well designed, very scary, ugly. You know, I just really like that part of Disney because everything is so cute and lovable and happy, and I've kind of drawn to the darker side of that universe. And so this is part of the Enchanted Emblem series feature, in this case, the Black Cauldron. And here we have another Chernabog pin. This is a recent pin, Fantasia. limited release. And these two here, so these were part of a mystery box set. So this one is the production. This is of a limited edition chaser of 150. Now, it's well known that there were many scrappers and counterfeits made of these villain pins, but these are the authentic ones. Many of the fake ones have PP stamped on the back as pre-production pins, but in fact they are not. But these were authentic, and I got them from a trusted trader seller. Here we have another hinge pin recently, I Collect series, and in this case it's I Collect villain pins. And I love how Chernabog appears right there, right in the middle of the Mickey emblem. And when you open it, there he is again. And you can see several of the iconic symbols of villain characters. We have Diablo for Maleficent. We have the magic mirror for the evil queen. We have the shell for Ursula. We have Scar, Dr. Facilier, TikTok for Captain Hook, and several others. And here we have the Black Cauldron, another pin. Limited edition of 35th anniversary, so he's featured very prominently here. That is it for the well, not my whole Chernabog collection. I still have more pins to show, but they are oversized pins, and I tend to have those stored in separate binders, and I store them in a different way than the plastic sleeves because the pins are so big they cannot fit in the plastic sleeves. So I will show in the next series these jumbo pins from all sources: Disney Shopping, Disney Auctions, Studio Store Hollywood. And they're great pins because they're big and they're highly sought after and they're limited. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and leave a comment of what you think about the collection, and please subscribe so you can see more of my pins and art. Thank you.